What's up everybody? Happy Thanksgiving and happy Native American Heritage Day on Friday. I figured since this week was Thanksgiving, I would share with you my favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving, which is vegan cornbread. Yep, a yummy side dish, and if you don't celebrate any of these holidays, you can just make yummy cornbread as a treat, because it's nice, it's delicious, it's easy. In fact, for the recipe, I think we had about everything that we needed except for we had to pick up some cornmeal, because I think we had some cornmeal from a couple of years ago, but we only have it because we make it on Thanksgiving. We only make cornbread on Thanksgiving, which is really a crime against my taste buds because you don't need a holiday to make yummy cornbread, and that's a fact. Also, since it's Thanksgiving, I thought I would say a few things that I'm thankful for, so while the cornbread is baking, I'll go ahead and do that. And before we get started, let me welcome you to Vegan Yak, where I yak about all things vegan, so if you're looking for some information about veganism, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell down below, so that way next week when a new video comes out and I'm yakking about something else vegan, you'll be the first to know. Now let's make some cornbread. So I pulled this recipe off of noracooks.com and I'll link it in the description below so you can use it. I've tried a few different recipes over the years. They're all pretty similar. They all taste really good. But for this one, to get started, we're going to grease our 8x8 pan and we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees. All right, to grease the pan, I'm using Miyoko's vegan butter because I think it's the best, but you could certainly use oil or you could use any other type of vegan butter. It will all pretty much be the same, but for me, I personally like Miyoko's the best. Okay, now that that's done, let's go over the ingredients that we need, which is 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of yellow cornmeal, 2/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. The recipe calls for 1 1/4 cup of almond milk, but you can sub any plant-based milk, so we use soy, and then 1/3 cup of oil, which the recipe called for canola oil, but we used olive oil. Sue me. Okay, so in a large bowl, we just combine all of the dry ingredients, and then we stir those together. That's a lot of sugar. Now that that's all stirred up, you just pour in your wet ingredients, your oil and your soy milk or almond milk. And then you stir that together. Then you just pour your mixed batter into your prepared pan. Then you put it into the oven, and then you bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. So we'll start with not 30, we'll start with 22. Okay, so I figured while that was baking, I'd say a few things that I'm thankful for because this year has been and continues to be bonkers. I mean, we have this pandemic going on, we've had these protests and these riots. In the US, we had an election, and on top of that, personally, we had a death in the family just a week and a half ago. So I think many people would agree that this year has been disastrous in many ways. But despite all of that, I still feel like we have so much to be thankful for. I, for one, am thankful that I got to marry my best friend this year. And even though we had to delay our larger wedding event, the small gathering that we did have was really perfect, and I couldn't imagine it going any other way. On top of that, I'm thankful that Brianna is such an amazing partner and friend and mother and activist. I'm thankful for my children because they provide many moments of joy in my life, and also I'm really just thankful for their patience. I mean, if I was a kid going through this pandemic and having all these restrictions in place, I think I'd be far less patient than they have been, so I'm thankful for that. I'm also super thankful for my close friends because in many moments of darkness this year, they've provided moments of light and laughter, and I love them dearly. I'm super thankful for my health, and especially thankful for those that are willing to go out there and fight and sacrifice their health and their lives in order to keep us healthy. It's just one of many, many ways that I am very privileged, and I hope I can continue to use that privilege that I have to fight for those that are less fortunate than I am. And lastly, I want to say a huge thanks to you. This year we started to produce videos regularly and our channels have grown at a really great pace. So I want to say a massive thank you to all of our subscribers and our viewers. You provide excellent feedback and commentary, you challenge us on the topics, and you even give us future content for future videos. This channel, as my form of activism, would not exist without you. So I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate all of your support. Now let's go check on some cornbread before I start crying. Looks clean to me. Okay, so you can tell that that was a super easy recipe, but was it worth it? Let's give it a taste and let's find out here. Cornbread. It's so good. Oh, it's like my favorite. I love it. That recipe is definitely worth doing. No one's gonna be disappointed in that cornbread for sure. And if you're looking to add something extra sweet to it, because a lot of people put like honey on their cornbread, instead you could put maple syrup or agave syrup, or you can find bee-free honey. There are so many alternatives to honey, so you can easily keep it vegan. And again, no one is gonna be disappointed in this recipe, so definitely give it a shot. I'm gonna have some more. So there you have it, pretty easy recipe for a Thanksgiving side dish, something that you could probably throw together last minute, or maybe just go get a last couple of ingredients from the store, but overall really easy and definitely delicious. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stop looking at what you can't do and start looking at what you can do. Thanks, and happy Thanksgiving.